Good Monday evening, I think, everyone. Welcome to Commit to Get Fit with Laura Dion Jones. I'm Laura Dion Jones. I'm a certified corporate wellness coach, I'm a motivational weight loss writer, speaker, author, and I lost 130 pounds since February of 2002. When I weighed 317 pounds, I lost 130 pounds in 2.5 years on my own. And I am here to help you do the same thing that I have done and lose all your unwanted weight once and for all, just like I did. So please go to commit-fit.com to my website to find out more info on my motivational weight loss program and how I can help you commit to get fit too. Let me remind you, our show is interactive. The number is right here at the bottom of your screen. I will Vanna White it. And it is 312-738-1060. So if you've got a question or something interesting to say, please call in because we do want to hear from you. Our very special guest this evening is Elisa Al-Fonseca, and she is one of the most highly accomplished and decorated women in the world of karate. Her husband John was going to join us, and he was sick. But listen to this, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about John only because he's business partners with Elisa. John is the only male karate athlete in the world to win repeat gold medals at the Pan Am Games and the only American karate athlete to win the Paris Open. He currently holds a 5th degree black belt in Shotokan Karate. Is that how you pronounce it? Absolutely. John's accomplishments are recognized both nationally and internationally and have earned him the U.S. Olympic Committee Athlete of the Year Award for 3 years running. And John's wife, who is Elisa Al-Fonseca, is a 3-time world champion, so don't let this cutie fool you. The only American female to win the world championship in karate and the only person to win multiple world titles at a single world karate championship event. Sensei Al-Fonseca, or Elisa, did I say that right? Has been competing since the age of 10 and became a member of the USA National Karate Team by the age of 18. She is an experienced instructor with multiple karate and fitness certifications and has taught karate seminars all over the world. While living in Hawaii, Elisa taught at the International Karate Federation for over 20 years and currently holds a 3rd degree black belt with that organization. And both John and Elisa are going to show us and tell us how and why karate could be a crucial component for your personal, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. And she brought 2 students with her. So once we find a little, get a little info from Elisa about her background and everything, then we're going to have the boys come up and tell you about how old they are and how long they've been doing karate and why they love it so much. But please join me in welcoming Elisa Al-Fonseca to Commit to Get Fit with Laura Dion Jones.
Thank you so much for
coming.
For having me.
We're very happy to have you with us. First of all, I want to ask you, I've read a lot about you, and I'm curious to know how you got into karate in the first place, because you look like a Disney character. And I'm not being up on the Disney movies, but you look like a Disney character. I'm not sure which one, but one of those.
Okay.
Anyway, so tell us how you got into it.
I started at the age of 5. They were passing out flyers for a karate program at the YMCA, which was right across from my house, and I came home and asked my mom if I could do it. I asked her to do karate over ballet or any of the other girly sports, and here I am today.
That's really interesting. How did you and John meet, and what got you here to Chicago?
Well, John and I are both members of the national team since we were 18, and we've been great friends for many years, traveling together with the team all around the world to world championships, Pan American championships, different tournaments, and just kind of turned into a nice relationship, and here we are. He's from Chicago, from Northbrook. He asked me to move out here, and we were married in 2008.
That's wonderful. And if you want to know how their marriage is going, here is Elisa kicking her husband in the head.
That sums it up.
And then I want to show you another. This is my favorite picture of Elisa. Is that your husband also?
Yep.
Getting the foot to the ear? Well,
yes.
You know, ladies, maybe we got to investigate this karate thing. I don't know. Anyway, where exactly are you located now?
Well, our main location is in Evanston, and that's where most of our students train. However, we offer classes at several satellite locations, one being in Lincoln Park at the Fullerton and Halstead Lincoln intersection. We also have a satellite location in Wilmette, Northbrook, and along the North Shore.
For those viewers who, because this is a Chicago cable show, you have a facility in Lincoln Park. Where is it?
It's 2440 North Lincoln, so
Cool.
just north of that big intersection by DePaul.
By DePaul, okay. You know, I know you started at a very early age, but what age can one really realistically start karate and other martial arts?
Well, that's the great thing about karate. You can start at any age. I started at 5. A lot of kids do start early on, but we have people starting at all ages. My grandfather started when he was in his late 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, and he trained alongside with me. So it's really for anyone, any level, any age, and everyone can get a great benefit from it.
Did you go easy on him?
Of
on your
course.
gramps?
Yeah, of course.
Well, my next question was, how old is too old for martial arts? And you kind of just answered that. How old was he? 60 when he
was
began?
in his late 60s
Late
when he started.
60s.
And he trained for about 10 years.
My
He received
goodness.
his black belt from my instructor in Hawaii.
Oh, my God.
Just loved it. It kept him young.
It sounds like it did. You know something? I have physical challenges. I have 2 knee replacements. I have a spine condition. I have a couple other things, issues that are going on for myself. And if I were to walk into your studio, how would you assess me? What would be the first things that you would ask me to see if I could physically handle studying karate at my age? Because I know that you knew your grandfather's challenges and everything when he started. But what kinds of things would you ask me, like to screen me to make sure that I could handle it?
Well, we would definitely ask to see if you have any injuries. Like, it's funny you mentioned it because my grandfather did have knee replacements as well.
No kidding.
So it's definitely something we have to be on the lookout for, and you know, keep an eye out for when they start their training. So any kind of medical injuries would be the first thing that I would ask. And after that, we always tell anyone, especially adults, that they have to just take it at their own pace. We're not forcing them to complete any kind of task at the same level that our 10-year-olds are. And so we just tell all adults, take it at your own pace, do what you can, and that's how you can just, you know, improve your own training, your own health, is just going at your own pace.
You know, what kinds of things do you do in class? That this would be a good cardio benefit too, wouldn't it?
Definitely. Cardio and strength all at the same time. We always start with a warm-up, warm the body up so we can avoid injuries. And it's constantly moving, but there is, you know, a good amount of rest so that, you know, people can catch their breath and make sure that they're not, you know, too fatigued to do what's being asked of them. But then doing all those kicks and punches, you're really toning up your body as well.
No kidding. What if we can't, like, kick as high as you guys can?
No, absolutely. You can do karate, you can do kicks, for example, at any height. It's not, no one's forcing the class to be kicking, you know, above everyone's head. We do have a lot of people that can't kick above the waist, and that's totally okay.
I'm talking about kicking around the ankles
That's
or the
okay.
knees.
Well, they're called sweeps. It's okay.
And then do we have to buy the outfit, the gi?
Well, it's part of the karate tradition
Okay.
that we do wear the uniform. It's part of the uniformity in the Japanese tradition. It's not entirely necessary, but people like putting on the uniform, and it gets them in a different mindset. They come to class and they're ready to train. They're ready to forget about everything else that happened throughout the day, all the stress, the traffic, and everything, and they're ready to train and give it their best.
I'm asking for myself, like if I wanted to get involved in it and I didn't want to go right out and buy the outfit,
Sure.
should we just work out in a comfortable pair of pants and
Yes.
a t-shirt?
Yes, you
Something
can.
like that? Why don't we have the boys come up one at a time?
Okay.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. Tell us your name.
I'm Max Siegel,
And how old are you?
14 years old.
And how long have you been doing karate?
9 years.
So 5 years old he started. I can do math. So tell us why you like karate so much, and what level are you?
I'm a first-degree black belt.
See, 14 years old, been doing it since he's 5, and he's a first-degree black belt kid, so anything is possible. Tell us why you really like doing karate and what got you into it.
I love karate for a lot of different reasons. I love competing. I love traveling. I travel so much for tournaments now. I started competing when I was really little, and I make friends all across the country, from New York to Florida to California to Hawaii. Make friends everywhere. I keep in touch with them through social media, and it's great how I get to meet these people, interact with them, see them at tournaments, compete against them. It just makes me and everyone else around me better.
No kidding. And how does it help you with your discipline and your schoolwork and everything like that?
Make like karate.
I see your brother laughing over there when I said that, so.
Right, yeah.
Your turn's next, kiddo.
It helps because it helps you control feelings. Like when I was 10 and 11 and 12 years old, I would get tournaments and I would lose. I would get really frustrated and sad, and as I feel like, what am I doing wrong? And then karate helped me control my emotions, not get angry at silly situations that I shouldn't be getting angry about, and understanding people and being overall calm and collective in tough situations.
Maybe we should send some of our congressional members to karate school and get them to the program. Anyway, is there anything else you'd like to tell us, Max?
Just if you're heading into karate, it's a great sport to get into. It gets you physically and mentally in shape.
Okay.
And if you're looking for competition, karate is a good way to compete, no matter what the age is.
No kidding, even for us baby boomers.
Yeah, they have divisions 40 and up, 75 and up.
75 and up.
Yeah.
Let's have your brother come up. Max,
All
thank
right.
you very much. Good
Thank
luck,
you.
Mr.
Thanks for
Black
having
Belt.
me.
It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for coming. Have a seat. So, tell me your name.
I'm James Siegel.
James Siegel, and how old are you?
I'm 11.
And how long have you been doing karate?
I've been doing it since I was 3.
3 years old. Could you see me? Could you see yourself in a baby boomer in a class with a 3-year-old? And tell me why you like karate so much.
I like karate because it gets you in shape, it's fun, you meet new people, and yeah.
Is that the only sport you participate in?
I also do hockey.
Okay. So that's going to come real handy in the hockey ring. And tell us what level you are of karate. What belt level? Or however you call it.
I'm a brown belt.
You're a brown belt. What comes next after brown?
Well, there's 3 stages of brown.
Okay.
So I'm the 3rd, so then there's 2nd, then 1st, and then the black belt.
Oh, cool. So you're like just 2 away from a black belt.
Yeah.
I'm a white belt. I do have a white belt. Let me just say that. But that's like the real beginners, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Like to tell us? Tell the audience, the kids out there, to get them convinced that they should be doing karate. Try karate for the summer. Some different activity for the summer.
I think it's very fun. When I started, I thought it was fun. I thought, like, I met new people, and I really liked it.
Good for you. Did it help you in your schoolwork?
Yeah.
Discipline?
Yeah.
Good. Anger management? You and your brother still fight? Oh my God, now when you guys fight,
Yeah.
what does your mom say? Do you...
Well, we're not really... we're not supposed to, but sometimes...
However,
Yeah.
things get out of
Sometimes,
hand?
yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell our listeners, our viewers? Thank you so much for coming. I think you're wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And these boys just got back from a big competition in Toronto,
Right.
right? And did you medal?
Yeah, me and my brother both won.
And what did you win? Quickly tell us.
The gold medal.
Good. God bless. That's wonderful. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Elise, come back because we have some callers. Let's see. How should a parent deal with an 8-year-old who wants to do karate as...
Hello.
Yes?
Good evening, ladies. My question is this. What should a parent do if you have an 8-year-old come to you and say, I want to learn karate because I'm being bullied? Or should they look for some other type of option in terms of dealing with those type of situations?
Mm-hmm. That's a very common question that we get. Bullying is such an epidemic in our school system now, and karate really helps because we're not just about physically, beating someone. Karate is not about beating someone. It's about being the best that you can be. And it just really gives kids the confidence to stand up to the bully. So the first things we teach in class is really using your words to deal with bullying. And after that, we do practice the physical. We practice how to defend yourself. But when kids know that they can defend themselves, they have the confidence, and that really exudes from them, and that really helps them in school and in everyday life.
But when I was talking about options, because sometimes it's like you say, you got to get children tools, right? And like how to use their mind.
Exactly.
But there have been situations where it can get out of hand. That's all I want to say. Take care.
Thank you so very much for watching and for calling in.
Thank you.
And we have CW. Is CW still on the line? CW? Hello? Well, this question is there a specific type that is better for weight control and body mass? A specific type of maybe karate or martial arts?
Of martial arts? Well, anything that really gets your body moving is great for controlling, your body weight. So in karate, you're moving a lot. You are active. You do it at your own pace, as I mentioned earlier. So, the person next to you is young and fit. They're doing like 20 face kicks. You're doing maybe 10, but lower, but you're moving and you're pushing yourself the entire time, and that's really what helps.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Do you teach at the Lincoln Park School?
I do on occasion. I was there last Monday, but we do have some fantastic instructors that teach there. We have a great staff that works for us that teaches many of our classes throughout the Chicagoland area.
And do you offer introductory lessons, introductory classes? Seriously.
Absolutely.
Say if myself and a couple of girlfriends like my friend Sue and a couple of my other girlfriends wanted to just come and just explore it and see what it's like for one or two times and see everything that it would involve.
Yeah.
Before we, bought the outfit and signed up for the classes.
Absolutely.
Given our ages and things. I mean, we're a lot different than the kids.
So normally throughout the year we offer the 2-week special, and that's when, you can just come in for 2 weeks, do as many or as few classes as you want. Try different types of classes. Let's say you want to do cardio kickboxing one day. The next day you want to try a traditional karate class. It gives you the flexibility to do that without committing, without, buying the uniform and everything. We're also running summer specials where you can sign up for 10 classes.
Okay.
And you choose which classes you want to do. You want to try a couple classes in Lincoln Park. Maybe you live up in Evanston. You want to try a couple classes in Evanston. We have that as well.
How about balance? Does it help balance?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
try standing on one foot for
how long?
Yeah, holding out your side kick and keeping it there. So yeah, it helps with balance for sure. Centering yourself too, not just kicking, like just being in a stance and really finding your center of gravity, so you feel that stability, so that you can do actions with your upper body. That's where all that great balance comes from. When I was pregnant with my daughter, my trainers and would always say how good my balance was, even during my pregnancy. But I feel like that was from a lifelong training of karate.
I need improved balance, and I know a lot of people out there that are over 50. We need improvement with our balance. Things kind of go haywire and get worn out, and one thing and another. Let me ask you something. What other kinds of martial arts can us baby boomers get into if we don't think we can handle high energy of karate, the kicks or the sweeps or spins or whatever you call it? What other form of martial arts would there be for us?
Sure. So if you want something a little more modern, there is cardio kickboxing. And again, that's also going at your own pace. Of course, the music is going, and but you're not doing any kind of contact whatsoever. Even in karate, there doesn't have to be any contact. We modify a lot of drills where for the older group, they don't want to do the contact, which is totally fine. But if you want to go into other traditional arts, Hapkido is a great one for seniors.
No kidding. How about Tai Chi?
Tai Chi is excellent.
And do you guys teach Tai Chi?
We offer those types of classes as a special series throughout the summer. So if you just go to our website, you can see when we're offering classes like that.
That's wonderful. Did you, why don't you tell us about some of the international competitions and international accolades that you and John have won?
Okay. Well, like I said, John and I were competing for many years on the national team together. He, as you mentioned, is a 2-time Pan American Games champion, back-to-back, hasn't been done in any sport in the Pan American Games. So it's really an honor. He's also been, U.S. U.S. Olympic Athlete of the Year several times. As for me, I competed in the World Championships in my weight class and won in 2002, and I was 19 years old. So
Wow.
I was young at the time. And 2 years later, at the next World Championships, I entered my weight class in addition to the open weight class, which is kind of, anyone can enter, but one person per country. And I won both of those categories at the same World Championship, which had never been done and still hasn't to this day, except from another gentleman. But so I'm the only female to do that.
Say that. That's wonderful. What else do you offer at your studio aside from martial arts?
So we offer a lot of fitness classes.
Okay, tell us.
I've talked about the cardio kickboxing,
Okay.
Which we offer. We also have boot camp classes in the morning. And we also offer a really unique class called Martial Fit. It really brings in elements of martial arts and strength training and conditioning into a 50-minute class. That's also for people of all different skill sets and fitness levels.
You know something, we're running out of time, and I have a lot of questions
Okay.
left to ask you. You're having a Fonseca Cup in October in Hawaii for International Karate Championship. You're also having, quickly tell us about your Hawaiian retreat coming up this August, what you're going to be offering, because that, I think, will appeal to a lot of our listeners, our viewers.
So we have a Hawaii retreat coming up this August. I'm from Hawaii, and what better than to share where I grew up and the place I love with my love of karate. So it's going to be a week-long retreat in Honolulu. We'll be staying in Waikiki, and it's just a lot of karate training for people of all levels. You'll be able to do conditioning, karate on the beach,
Meditation?
imagine that. Yeah, some yoga too, and Pilates. And sightseeing, just, really soaking in paradise. That's going to be in the 2nd and 3rd week of August.
And how long is it for?
It's for 5 days.
5 days. How wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're going to have hotel packages and everything available?
Everything is available on our website. We run special deals. So check out our website for all the details about the Hawaii retreat.
Tell me one word that best describes you.
Oh, determined.
Determined?
Yes,
That's
I never
good. And what is the takeaway that you want to give our viewers?
I think it's important to know that karate really is for everyone. It's a great, great activity for young children, but it really can be for everyone. It can be a great family activity, as you've seen here. Two brothers train together. We have a lot of families that train together at our dojo, at our studio, and it just really is a fun activity that's great for your health too.
I want to thank you, Elisa Alfonseca, and I'm sorry John couldn't be with us, but he'll be with us tomorrow night. Please tune into my Blog Talk radio show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for more of John. John will join us on the radio and Elisa's incredible advice on karate. For health, fitness benefits, and that will bring a lot of these things to you and your family and your friends and a whole lot more. And some of my girlfriends out there, I might be talking you girls into taking a little karate. We'll see. We'll talk. And don't forget, you can listen live right from my website at commit-fit.com. Tomorrow night, 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you next week, same time, same station, right here on Commit to Get Fit with Laura Dion Jones. And rumor has it that next week's special guest is going to be none other than Karen Calabrese. And Karen's one of the nation's leading raw foodists, and she will tell us what it's all about. She's got 35 years of experience, and everybody knows Karen's cooked, Karen's raw, Karen's all over the city. And I had the pleasure of meeting her, and she wants to come on the show. You won't want to miss next week's Commit to Get Fit TV and radio shows with Laura Dion Jones. Go to my website, commit-fit.com. I am at your service to help you do what I have done by becoming your motivational weight loss coach. Call me. Go to my website, commit-fit.com. Let me know how I can help you lose your unwanted, unhealthy weight once and for all, just like I did. Anything else I have to say to you? We'll say to you tomorrow night on the radio show. Feel free to call in, give questions to Elisa and her husband, John. I would like to thank everyone for listening, and I always say thanks for the happy. Semper Fi, kids, and absolutely pray for peace. And here is our producers. Thanks to our producers, Ellery Casey, Tony LeBand, Sue Koch, Phone Girl Sue. We will see you next Monday night. Thank you so much for tuning in to Commit to Get Fit with Laura Deanne Jones. See you then. Bye-bye.